Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Chandana Banerjee and do subscribe to the channel. So today I wanted to talk about a few activities that you can do with kids during lockdown. I had a question from a viewer a few weeks back about what activities you can do with kids to keep them non-bored at home. Now, I know a lot of people are at home and locked in, and I think people are feeling fidgety and irritated and things like that. But I think it's a necessary phase, right? And I really hope that all of you are safe in your home and you are, looking after yourselves, looking after your families. Yeah. So now, what kind of activities can you do to keep your kids occupied? Before I rattle off the list, the first thing that I wanted to tell you was it is very important that you as a parent, you as parents, spend time with the children. Whether you have small kids, whether you have medium aged kids, whether you have grown up kids, this is a good time if you're all at home to spend quality time and quantity time together at home. That is a must. It is kind of not worth saying that you list out a list of activities and give it to them and tell them that this is what you need to do at home. No, it won't work like that. Your involvement is very important. Now, all the activities don't maybe need a lot of involvement, but some of them will need, some of them will need a little bit. So that is up to your judgment. The first thing is read books together. Now, reading books together, my son and I, we've been doing this for years now. That's part of our, in fact, our homeschool routine. We spend a good hour and a half before we really get into studies, or you can say that is part of our studies also, that we read a lot. Now, even if your kids are going to an online school right now, you can in the evening or whenever the classes are over, you can sit down with one book or a couple of books that you enjoy reading to them and they enjoy reading to you. So let it be a reading thing, like you are also reading to them, they are reading to you. It could be a chapter book if your kids are grown up. It can be a chapter book. If your kids are small, it can be picture books. So read together. Initially, if you've not done this before, you might find it a little boring, a little tedious. But believe me, as the time passes, you will begin to enjoy it. It will grow on you. Now, the second tip that I would like to give you is drawing. Drawing, most children are creative, I would say. And I think almost every child enjoys playing with colors and doing things with them. So you can have either an activity related to reading where you're reading a book and then they draw a picture from the book, or it can just be a random drawing, something that they like drawing. You can just give them a basket of materials and paper and they can draw, or you can even draw out an outline of a picture that really they enjoy from a book and they can color it. And the last thing would be, if your children are really into comics, you can encourage them to make their own comic books. My son recently started doing that. He is in love with Calvin and Hobbes, and he just started using Calvin and Hobbes as the characters, but the stories are his own. So you can actually encourage them to maybe just do a strip of a cartoon with a character, or a character that both of you make up during your story time. So there are so many different ways to go with drawing, and drawing is another activity which, when children work with their hands, they feel creative, they feel fulfilled, and they feel less bored and irritable and fidgety. Third, play board games together. Okay. Now, board games is that you can play anything, any simple game, like we have Uno, we have Scrabble, Pictureka, Pictionary, Carom, Ludo, Snakes and Ladders. So then there are puzzles. So you can just sit together and work on a puzzle, and it need not be even in one day. You can work on a little bit of a puzzle, then the next day a little bit, and or you can just have a time every day with all of you get together and play a board game of your choice. I think board games is lovely. It's a throwback from the yesteryears and from the years that we grew up in. And I'm not sure these days, in the time of video games, how many people really play board games. But if you do, or if you want to revive it now, that's a good way. Get them involved in household chores. Now, this is again very important. Instead of the mom doing everything, because now I think a lot of maids will not be coming, or if they are, they'll be limited. And in spite, even if you have full-time help, I would say get kids involved in housework, and that can be as simple as them peeling the cucumber for the salad, or they can mix in the cake batter, or they can be helping you put the clothes out, put the washing out, help you fold the clothes, and they can help dust the house, they can lay the table. And as per the age of the child, you can decide which kind of household chore would be good for them. If you are doing everything on your own, like chadu pocha, they can also do probably their own room, they can clean their rooms, mop their room, things like that. So they can fill water bottles. So things, you know I would say, I would ask you as the parent to decide what kind of chores to get them involved in, and start with a little bit. Don't start with a whole rush. Children get bored, but start with a little bit and get them to do a little bit around the house. I think it's a very good work ethic, whether there is lockdown or not. And even in lockdown, I think that's a very fantastic way to spend some time. Now, another thing is that get them interested in making things with toys. It could be like my son isn't interested in Legos, and he is all the time, whenever he has a free moment, a spare moment, he's making things with Legos. So, in the same way, if your child likes Legos or likes a quilling, kit, or likes a clay kit or anything else, get them a couple of kits, or introduce them to new material that they can build with. Again, in that you may have to sit with them, look at online what kind of material they would like, get it, explore the material a little bit, and then get them to it. So when they make things on their own, like I said, it occupies their hands, it occupies their minds, it improves dexterity, and it gives them a lot of satisfaction. So these were my 5 tips on the activities that you can do with kids during lockdown. I really hope that you found this helpful. If you did, please give us a thumbs up, please subscribe, and please click the bell icon so that you know whenever there is a new video on. So I hope that is it for this time, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.